Well, this all began with a tip from the public about a man selling fentanyl in the town of Georgina. What followed was a 2-month-long investigation and the crackdown on a heavily armed crime ring that was allegedly peddling drugs from Toronto to Huntsville.
We don't have the exact quantities that are inside that fentanyl, but we believe that it's pure fentanyl, or as close to pure as you can get.
On display was a big baggie filled with 1,400 grams of raw fentanyl that was scooped up during Project Madruga. Large quantities of cocaine, meth, opioid pills, and illegal cannabis were also seized.
And I can tell you, no community in our region, our province, or across this country has been untouched by the opioid crisis that has swept through Canada over the past decade.
York Region's Gun and Gang Unit began surveilling a suspect back in February and quickly learned that the OPP was investigating the same group of people. Together, they executed 5 residential search warrants in Toronto, Newmarket, and Georgina. A storage locker was also raided. 4 men and 2 women have now been arrested and are facing a total of 53 charges.
Yeah, so our investigation didn't reveal any transportation into the United States. It was basically drug trafficking from Toronto all the way to Huntsville that we located. We don't know where it's manufactured, unfortunately.
Along with the drugs, a cache of weapons was also discovered, including 7 handguns, 4 shotguns, 4 rifles, and overcapacity magazines. Investigators tell me when those guns were seized, 9 were fully loaded.
I can say that they're very high power. There's some very high powered guns that scare even the police.
Definitely a tool of the trade that drug traffickers use to enforce and expand their territories, and firearms are often used in other criminal offenses associated to drug trafficking, like robberies, assaults, and intimidations.
As the overdose crisis continues right across the country, York police believe this bust will likely save lives. And because the investigation was launched off a tip, they're calling on all communities to take a stand.
We're looking for the public to continue to help us, to continue to give us information on who's selling drugs and who's dealing with firearms, obviously. And that is the solution. We need the public's help in order to gather this information, and we can start investigations based on that.
Now, it's unknown how long this suspected drug trafficking ring was in operation, but police say case closed. They've arrested all the players allegedly involved. In York Region, Shauna Hunt, City News.